Gilmour solo. But so episode 2, what makes this song great? Or is this song great? Sorry, is this song great? Channeling Rick Beato there for a quick second. But is this song great? Where we really analyze lyrically what's going on in these songs, and are they awesome? And Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd is generally recognized as one of the top 10 acoustic guitar songs of the rock and roll era, if not in the top 5, and in fact many lists put it as number 1. And it's an amazing song. And a couple of interesting things. Chord-wise, David Gilmour, by the way, if you have a chance, dial up a few Pink Floyd songs on YouTube being played by solo guitarists. No singing, no sound effects, just the guitar work. And you'll realize what beautiful melodies David Gilmour writes on guitar. And in this case, fairly straightforward chord structure, probably one of the easier songs you can learn by Pink Floyd. And very interesting lyrics. So I already worked my way through the beginning. Let's look at that first. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from rain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Okay, so an amazing first verse. Who's he talking to? Is he talking to all of us? Is he talking to a close friend? Hard to tell. So you think you can tell heaven from hell. Great start, right? He's challenging the listener. He's challenging his friend. He's challenging all of us. Do you think you can tell heaven from hell? Blue skies from rain. Again, heaven, hell, blue skies, rain. Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? A very sort of English, British, I guess. I was fortunate enough to spend time in Scotland, and you realize how important the rail system is. I mean, everybody uses the rail system to go virtually anywhere. So, from a cold steel rail, great line. A smile from a veil. Now you're bringing in happiness and death, basically, a veil. Do you think you can tell? Great first verse. It sets us up with a challenge and expectations, just a solid first verse. And it, as happens in so many songs, you find out, is this song great? You find that out in the second verse. And this song is really interesting. 2 verses and a chorus. I mean, normally you've got 2 verses, a chorus, third verse, chorus, and then third verse, or you revert to the first verse or something like that. 2 verses and a chorus. So, man, you've got to pack it all in this second verse. And did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in the cage? So for me, this second verse, I would have sent him back to the notepad or notebook or whatever and said, David, clean that up, man, because all the first verse, it's good versus bad, however you want to look at good versus bad, but smile from a veil. But now, all of a sudden, things get kind of reversed. Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? Awesome start to the second verse. And I'm thinking, here we go, right? Heroes for Ghosts. And now you know, as so many of his songs do, he's probably talking about war and the impact of war on people's lives. Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? You know, you immediately picture fallen soldiers. And then he kind of goes off the rails. I did say off the rails. Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? Hot ashes for trees. So he's now reversed it, right? Because it should have been the good trees, living things for hot ashes. So now he's reversed it, which you can do poetically if you've got a good reason. Awesome. But hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze. Well, if you're going to use the same word in two consecutive lines, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, there should be a good reason for it. Like, what are you trying to point out for us? What's the commonality, or what's the big difference? But it shouldn't just be because it's a word, right? So hot ashes for trees, which is an inversion, right? It should have been trees burned and ruined, hot ashes. Hot air for a cool breeze. I get nothing out of that. A cool breeze versus, if he had said, ash-filled inferno air or something. Obviously, that doesn't rhyme, but, and again, the inversion kind of, it loses it for me. Hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, and then a very weird line follows that. Cold comfort for change. Change could be you're changing something in your life, your attitude, whatever. I think in this case he's referring to change, pocket change, loose change, not a lot of value, all right? So cold comfort for change. So did you trade cold comfort? That's not even comfort. So did you trade? Now he's kind of insinuating that whatever comfort we happen to be feeling right now, it's inadequate. It's cold. So cold comfort for change. Okay line, but it has nothing to do with what's come before. And then this really strange line that makes you think, did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cage? And this one, you got to think a little bit, but you got to remember the times. So in the late 60s, after I think the Rubber Soul time frame, so 67, 68, John Lennon took some time off from the Beatles, spent about 2 weeks on the set of a war movie, I think by Peter Sellers, and he had a bit part in it. And so he was testing the acting waters to see if he had the chops to be a successful actor, which is kind of funny. Here you've got this incredibly successful singer-songwriter, bandmate, musician, whatever, checking his acting chops. So anyhow, I think he was making a veiled reference to that. Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war, which is what John Lennon had, for a lead role in a cage, which means he went back to the Beatles, and at the height of their popularity, the guy was literally living in a cage, surrounded by fawning fans, paparazzi, and everything like that. Again, an interesting line. I don't see why it's in this song. This is a song about heaven and hell and the impact of war and the devastation and all that. So I get it, but I don't like it. All right, so then he rolls right into the chorus. And here's where the song takes wings. Now this becomes this amazing song. How wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. What have we found? The same old fears. I always say tears. Same old fears. Wish you were here. And this absolutely saves the song. And now, knowing the history of Pink Floyd, you wonder, Is he singing this to Syd Barrett? The original, the founder, the story. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year. So the repetitive, monotonous sameness of life. How I wish you were here. And you picture two fish swimming in the same bowl, but I don't think that's what he means. I wish you were here, meaning we're in our own fish bowls, each fish in its own goldfish bowl. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fish bowl year after year. Just that monotony of life. Running over the same old ground, just repeating the same things over and over again. Running over the same old ground, what have we found? The same old fears. Wish you were here. So he's missing his life before all the success. Life before Syd Barrett arguably overdosed, took too much LSD, whatever it was, lost his grip on what we call sanity and went back and lived with his mother for the rest of his life, Never got to really be part of Pink Floyd when they took off. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year. Running over the same old ground, what have we found? The same old fears. He ties them back together again. Wish you were here. So for me, great song. Yeah, it's a great song. Is it great lyrically? It's good. It's a 4. That second verse needs jiggering, cleaning up. When I really got into this song with a couple of my friends, guitar playing, singing friends, and when we played this song, we would go back after a lead break and play that chorus again. And because that chorus is so powerful, what we would do is, after singing the chorus again, stop the guitars and do a 3-part a cappella of that chorus. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year, running over the same old ground. What have we found? The same old fears. Wish you were here. And that's how we would rap that song. And honestly, the Pink Floyd guys really love all their sound effects, things like that. But the more you strip this song down to 2 guitars and 1, or in my case 3 voices that we used to do, you realize the beauty and the power of this song. So yeah, great song. Not the greatest second verse, but oh man, that chorus saves everything. So hope you enjoyed this episode 2, and we'll be back at it another week. I'll probably tackle a Bob Dylan song next week. A guy that amazes me and infuriates me all at the same time. So anyhow, there's David Gilmour. Wish you were here.